We are Steven and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Happy Friday.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steven Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about how to maintain your enthusiasm and your revenue stream during a plague. And this is a fun show for me, maybe not so much for Jill.
Why do you say that?
Here's the thing. We've been kind of life interrupted now for what, 5 months, 6 months? Mm-hmm. It's hard to maintain your enthusiasm, let alone your revenue stream, during a pandemic. And there's a lot of stuff, some people aren't built. Here's really what the juice of what we're going to talk about today. If you own your own company and you're an entrepreneurial spirit and you just don't know any other way, you're very used to adapting and overcoming whatever comes into your field of vision or whatever you need to overcome. So this year, for a lot of us, I include myself and Jill in this, it's an adapt and overcome to a pandemic. And so maintaining my enthusiasm and our revenue stream has not been that much of a challenge. It's had its moments, but I think for some people, and this is really who this show is for, it just destroys their mindset. It's a lot to deal with. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Austin wrote, "Hello, I have been quoted $200 for a 2-document mobile notary signing in New York City. The notary said that it was higher priced due to COVID. What has your experience been as far as pricing a notaries post-pandemic? Also, is there a big geographical difference as well, such as $100 for Los Angeles and $50 for Maricopa? Thanks, Austin." I have not experienced this. I'm wondering if it's that particular notary.
I think this is more of a New York City problem than anything else.
That's what I think. I'm still, I have an in-house notary here in our office. We're in Los Angeles area. Or I can still go, and they never closed, to my local UPS shop where you can drop a package and for the same $15 get a signature notarized. It never changed. I can walk in. I have to have a mask on. Big deal.
The bigger question here is for me, and this is this question is very appropriate for the topic today. Reading way below this question and what this is really about is how the world has changed because of this pandemic/plague that we're in, and why people feel like it's okay to double their prices on stuff.
It's kind of not nice.
What?
It's kind of funny. No, you're right. You're not wrong.
And it's not just pricing. It weans its way, trickles its way, and weans its way into everything. I mean, I've never walked through a Home Depot in my entire life and been told where to stand, and that I'm not doing it right. And it's like,
could you imagine?
In 1 week, the people that maitre d's or people that like servers and stuff have just been allowed to, and this is never going to change. This is my theory. I think it's here to stay. Have been given some power.
Oh, like TSA.
Yes, like TSA. Perfect example.
TSA.
The TSA can. Those
people that couldn't get jobs anywhere else got TSA jobs. I'm just kind of saying that's a lot of it.
Say it.
And
they have some power.
And they think
boy, do they use it.
They can't carry a weapon or anything. They can just say stop, go back through the metal thing, but whatever. Oh, that's kind of funny.
That's what this is about. This is whoever they chose, for whatever reason, chose to be a mobile notary, and they're getting affirmation all over the television and from everybody in their life to double their prices.
That's ridiculous.
Because this is what they're being told, and this is the root of everything. You're at risk. You're putting yourself on the line to serve this table today. So I want you to make sure that you're safe.
Could you imagine?
Your safety is in your own hands, and you matter. So I want you to do whatever and say whatever you need to say to the customers to make sure that that's okay.
This is funny. What if Domino's all of a sudden doubled their costs and said, look, you're lucky you're getting a pizza.
Yeah.
$40 or nothing. I know that $5.99. Nope. Now it's $40.
Yep. That's the attitude. And it's just like after if you're old enough to remember 9/11 and the changes that are now forever changed. How we fly has so dramatically changed since pre 9/11. If you're young enough and you don't remember, this is how it used to go. You're always late going to the airport. You're running through the airport. There's no baggage. There's nothing. There's no security at all. You park your car.
It's like running into a mall.
You walk right to the gate. You put your credit card into a vending machine, type in your code, and you get a ticket for that flight. And if you're like me, you're the last one on the flight. And everybody's laughing and having fun. Mm-hmm. And then overnight, it became like you have to get to the airport 2 hours early now.
You used to be able to. I remember this. I'm dating, and you could walk up to the ticket counter. What's your name? John Smith. Okay, and then just pay cash, and buy a one-way ticket.
Right. Oh, one way. Yeah. They don't.
Sure.
John Smith. They don't care who's on the plane.
Yeah, they don't care.
I remember that too, Joe.
What's your name? Whatever. We don't need an ID. It doesn't matter.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
The flight attendants were having fun. The captains are laughing. Everybody on the flight's having a blast. Mm-hmm. Everybody's ordering 2 or 3 drinks at a time. It was fun, and it was like, how do I say it? Because you've been in this industry. It was a treat, and you felt like
you felt special,
and catered to it, and separated from everyone.
It used to be a dress-up event.
Yeah.
Too. I remember that. Like, wow, because not everybody could afford to fly.
Right.
It was kind of a big deal.
And you're getting out of town.
When I was a kid, it was like, yeah, you really dressed, and it was special.
So now you walk into the airport, you're immediately a suspect.
Yeah.
You're barked at. Whoever's talking over the PA system's yelling at you. And you're told where to stand, how long to stand there. Put your arms up like you're getting arrested now with that machine.
That's right.
And
your bag's over here. No shoes, yes shoes, whatever.
What fun is that?
I know.
Like, it took all the fun out of it for security. Jill and I, since everything's sort of reopening now, have been going out. And I'm sure you're having some experience like this too. And it's like, it takes all the fun out of it.
It's true.
We are suspect when we go out to dinner.
Yeah, I know.
And told what to do, just like the TSA. That's a perfect example.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And I don't think it's going to change. Today's topic, how to maintain your, after my rant, how to maintain your enthusiasm and revenue stream during the plague. This is the meat of the show. For me, like I said at the very beginning, it's not hard for me to maintain my enthusiasm or my revenue stream. This is just the next thing that is kind of standing in my way of the long lines of tons of stuff that Jill and I have overcome to be successful on our own schedule and with our own money. And so, is it hard for you to maintain your enthusiasm here?
Some days.
Is it really, Jill?
Seriously. Yeah, I'm going to be totally honest. Some days it is. I'm tired. It's a lot of work because like this person's experience with this notary for $200. How much more pushback? You could start off with a good attitude and I can handle it. At some point, we all snap. It's hard. It's hard to be happy sometimes and enthusiastic and patient when you're like, I know this is not right. That's the thing too. You're not here for my best interest.
Right.
You have some power trip right now, or you're frustrated and you're taking it out on me.
Right.
That's probably it too. Every darn server, every server, like I feel bad for these guys.
Me too.
The restaurants that we go to, are ones that we've been going to for years, and we all know each other and we all laugh together. And I'm like, hey, Rick, I can't hear you under all that stuff. He's like, I know, right? This is stupid. I'm like, are you hoarse at the end of the night? He's like, yeah, I can't talk. I have to yell because I have goggles on. I have a regular mask covering my nose and my mouth. And now I got to add a shield in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck? So it's a lot of work, and they can't breathe under there. We talk about this, we joke, I'm in the grocery store wearing my mask. I'm like, it's getting kind of warm right now and I'm having trouble breathing. I got to get out of here kind of thing so I can take this off. But anyway, so it can be hard. So do you want to talk about enthusiasm? Because you talked about how to maintain your enthusiasm and your revenue stream. During the revenue stream, we got that licked.
Well, revenue makes me enthusiastic.
Oh, that's good. That's funny. For me, they're two separate things. For you, it's all one. Now I see where you're coming from.
That was kind of my punchline in all
this. If you've got the revenue, you can figure out the enthusiasm.
It's hard to be. Here's the deal with what's going on in the land right now. If you're sending mailers out and you're in our group, you already know this. is a great time to buy and sell land. One of the best times in my career, economically and just from a economic environment standpoint. For whatever reason, there's a ton of sellers and a ton of buyers right at the same time. It doesn't happen that way all the time. There's never a bad time to buy and sell land, but right now it's particularly good. So I'm very enthusiastic about that. Does it get upsetting? Aside from an interruption in our social life, which is, geez, let's be honest, who the heck really cares about that? This hasn't affected us. And my point to this whole show is it's because this is in a long line of stuff that's been standing in my way constantly as an entrepreneur. This is just the most recent thing. So it's not hard for me to maintain my enthusiasm through you have to adapt and overcome and look at the buying and selling the same piece of land in mid 2020 is a lot easier, faster, and more profitable than it was in 2019, mid 2019. It's not hard for me to take a look at those facts, make sure my people are motivated like I always do, and maintain my enthusiasm. Socially, yeah, it's tough.
Thank you. I was going to say, making me look like, what's wrong with you, Jill?
But a good dose of revenue cures a lot of stuff.
It's true. I mean, yeah, that's true. The business part's easy. I agree with that. So we're talking only business related. It is easy to be enthusiastic when things are selling quickly. Sure, you pay more for a notary. Who cares? Or you pick up the phone and call somebody else. Who cares? Or find another way around it. You can do that. And it's obviously a mobile notary that's going out to a seller.
Yeah.
You could really even ask, the seller if they know somebody, if they would be willing to do it, and if you want to save it, but it's not really worth it. It doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure if you're doing what we do, you baked in way more than $200 into your profit, so you're going to be just fine.
Well, if you're self-closing and you need a notary like that, which we totally advocate, it's a pretty small deal. Mm-hmm. And so
you're probably buying it for $2,000, selling for $5 or something, or $200 is worth it.
So, and my final point is this: there are lots of people who are very, very comfortable being told when to go to work, being told when to go home, and just work really well with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, at all. I'm not personally one of those people, but there's nothing wrong with that. Well, that got taken away from them recently, and so they are left to be at home. They're expected to make their own schedule and manage their own time. And for a lot of people, that's very, very, very difficult. Mm-hmm. So my hat is off to you, but I think it's very necessary to have a calendar and a pretty stringent schedule. I do anyway. I always have. I've just always. So have you. I've noticed too. You manage your time. No one needs to tell you where to be.
It's changed from it's a 180 from when we met, except for normal stuff. But outside of it, don't you think? Well, maybe
I think
not.
You've always been a real good time manager.
Okay. But I watch my calendar. It seems like way more now than I ever did, and really try.
So my unsolicited advice, my point is, now more than ever, having a tight schedule to keep yourself busy, even if you block in the fun part time, is really important.
It's true. That helps me, and I'm about to go do it right now. I need to go have some fun. You think I'm kidding?
No.
I'm serious.
Go have some fun?
No, I'm serious. I'm dead
Can
serious.
I come?
Maybe.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Of course you can. Happy you could join us today. Monday through Friday, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Tomorrow, join us for next Monday, next week, join us for another interesting episode, because you are not alone in your real estate ambition.
Of course you can. I was just kidding.
I know.
I don't think it's going to be, I think it's, I'm kind of trying, well, here's the only thing. I'm trying to decide what kind of fun I want to go have. There's kind of fun that I go have that you don't like. It might involve shopping or things like that.
Oh,
so,
go knock yourself out there.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. If I do that, you don't want to come, and that wouldn't be fun for anybody. Then it would make it not fun.
I have a couple questions about shopping.
Uh-oh.
On behalf of most men.
Okay. Here we go.
So, I needed, imagine this. I'm a man. I needed a closet refresher. And so stuff's cheap right now. So Jill and I last week went to the clothing store, discount clothing store, like a high-end discount clothing store. It's Nordstrom Rack. We separated when we got in, I brought back about 6 things that she signed off immediately, which doesn't happen usually. And I was done. And I noticed you were just getting started about the time that I was done.
Yeah.
So my question is this. The act of shopping, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. What does that do for you? Like,
It takes my mind off stuff. I'm just there and enjoy. I don't know if every woman's like this, but I imagine we are. Retail therapy really is like therapy. I'm just relaxing. I'm not thinking about the kids. I'm just thinking about, oh, look at that. Even if I don't buy anything, it's fun sometimes just to go shop and look at pretty things, try things on.
does it work in a grocery store?
No.
Okay, I'm serious because I would have said yes.
No, grocery
So
store
it's
is
just,
different.
what about a jewelry store?
I'm not going to go and I don't have the same feeling in the produce section.
I don't know.
Wow, look at these tomatoes.
I'm asking. I'm honestly asking these questions.
It's very different. Jeez, are avocados really that big right now? No, it's very, 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 very different.
Jewelry?
It depends. I have to be in a jewelry mood, honestly. If I'm not in a jewelry mood, I don't care. I think it's all ugly.
Wow, really?
Seriously. You know, you tried to pick out a watch for me. I wasn't in a watch mood. I like my watch.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, that's cool, but I wouldn't wear it because I like my current watch.
How about like a home improvement store? Like Lowe's.
Kind of halfway. I'm kind of halfway there. Depends on, again, if you're happy at home and you like most women can walk in there and go, I could always use a nicer lamp. I could, seriously, I could find stuff like Home Goods. A lot of women are, I'm sure I'm in this group, can get lost in there. I think I'm going to redo the bathroom now that I'm standing here looking how pretty this display looks.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Dead serious.
You know how foreign this is? I'm 53 years old and I'm learning today.
Yeah.
About women.
That's okay. Any other questions before we call this?
No, I'm just shocked. I didn't know. I had no idea. It's not bad. I just want to get to the bottom of it. And you pretty quickly got to the bottom of it.
I'm happy to help.
It's just a feeling. It's whatever gives you a feeling that you like.
Well,
right?
part of it. I mean, I don't know, just doing stuff that makes me happy. You know what? For a lot of us, I don't know about men, but for a lot of women, having some nice things, having a home that you're proud of, having things that look nice around you, and giving you a warm feeling, that feels good.
That completely makes sense.
Thank you. The Land Academy Show remains commercial-free for you, our loyal listener. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there.
We are Steven Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.